A very good day to you people. My name is Mohit, and today I'm going to show you something very useful. I've actually made a button. It's a play pause button in Flash. It's just one single button, guys, that is used as a toggle. Initially, when I fire it off, when I test my movie, a piece of music starts to play, and after some time when I hit the button, it pauses, and when I hit it again, it resumes to play back. So it's a play pause toggle single button. Let me show you a publish preview so you can understand it much better. I'm gonna hit Control Enter on the keyboard, guys. There it goes. So the initial state is the pause state, guys. Now I'm gonna hit the pause button. The moment I do that, it will display the play button, guys, and the music comes to a halt. Now if I hit the play button once again, it's not going to start from the very beginning, but it'll resume playing from where it left off. So it's a pause button. I'm gonna hit the play button once again, and it resumes playing, guys. I have a feeling this project will be very useful to many guys around the globe. So let's see how this can be done the ActionScript way. I'm gonna pause it once again. Guys, this is the ActionScript, and roughly 67 lines of ActionScript with many blank lines. So it's a very compact, sweet little effective script. Let's see how we can actually make this project. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this project in a fresh file so you can understand much better what I'm doing. I'm going to say File and a New. Choose ActionScript 3 and say OK. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the stage size to 200 by 200 pixels. Change the color of the stage. Center the stage. And next what I need to do is I need to pull up the buttons responsible for playing and pausing the music. I'm going to go to Windows, then Common Libraries, go to Sounds, and I beg your pardon, Windows, Common Libraries, go to Buttons, and then I need to explore the category Playback Flat. Let me expand the window. Let me then look for the right button. Now flat blue pause is one of the buttons that I need. The other button is flat blue play. I'm going to take this play button and place it roughly in the center of the stage. Okay, the size, guys, as you can see, is 25 by 25 pixels. I'm going to click on this symbol which will lock the width and the height so that they increase or decrease together. I'm going to increase the width to 100 pixels, and in doing so the height will increase as well. I'll do the same with the pause button. So from 25 pixels I'll take it to 100 pixels. Next, guys, notice very carefully that I'm going to place the pause button over the play button, but let me first give them names. This play button I'm going to call BTN underscore play, and the pause button I'm going to call BTN underscore pause. Now let me place this button over this button, but when I do that, guys, notice that this is not happening. I need to make certain changes so that the play button goes below the pause button. Let me right click on the pause button and let me go to arrange and let's say bring to front, and then I can pretty easily place it on top of the other. And then guys, with both the buttons selected, I'm going to draw a mark here on them, and both the buttons are selected, the btn underscore pause and play, both are selected, and then I'm going to hit F8 on my keyboard to make both the buttons into one single movie clip, keeping the registration point top left. I'm going to say OK. Then I'm going to call this btn. That's it. So the main btn contains two children movie clips, play and pause btns underscore btns. So now that I've done that much, I need to make sure that the btn is actually placed centrally on the stage. So this button, which is 100 pixels in width and 100 pixels in height, is placed centrally on the stage. How do I do that? I'll select the button, instance name btn, go to window, and thereafter I need to click on align, and then I'll align this button horizontally center and vertically center. I'm absolutely sure that this button is aligned vertically and horizontally in the center of the stage. Very good. Next, what I'm going to do is I need to feed the ActionScript. So I'm going to go back to my old project, go inside the actions layer. I'm going to copy and paste the script. Then I'll explain it to you. I'll come back to this new project. Let me name it so play pause btn. Right, then I'm going to go inside the actions panel and paste the script. So if I name the instances properly, everything should be fine. But what is missing, guys, is the piece of music. There's no music. I need some music. Now let's see how I can actually get some music into the library that I need to play. So I'm going to say file, import to library. I'm going to look for my music. And for which I'll dig into my music library, and this impact web audio is what I'm gonna use as the test audio for this specific file. I'm gonna say open. Notice, guys, it gets imported into the library. Guys, the next few steps are very important. I'm gonna tie this piece of music, this piece of MP3 to the ActionScript. And how do I do that? Please pay attention. I'm going to right click on this MP3 file. I'm going to say properties and select the ActionScript tab, click on the export for ActionScript button, and then give a class name. I'm going to call the class name music, because this is the class name that I've used in my actions panel. I'm going to say OK. I'll get a warning. I'll ignore it and say OK once again. Now this piece of MP3 is now tied to my ActionScript, and with the help of the class name music. So if I need to call this music, I'll be calling the class music. Okay. Now guys, everything should be fine. I'll explain the ActionScript in a little while, but before that, let me just check if everything, all the instance names have been given properly, and if this project actually fires off just the way I want it to. I'm going to hit Control Enter on the keyboard, guys. Very nice. Comes to a pause or a halt. and resumes playing as well. So I think I've done everything properly. I've given the instance names properly, and now let me dig inside the actions panel and explain the script to you. Let's start with line number 5. I've created a variable and named it is playing of the type boolean and made it equal to true. Now I need a boolean here. Boolean usually checks two conditions. You know, if the music is playing, do this or else do that. Since we are encountered with such a situation, I needed a boolean here. Then I've created another variable last position of the type number and made it equal to 0, and soon we'll see why I needed to do that. Now guys, line number 8 instantiates the MP3 that was playing, and the way to instantiate is my sound is the name of the variable of the type music is equal to new music parent semicolon, just the way you would instantiate a timer. Variable my timer of the type timer is equal to new timer parent semicolon, or variable my array of the type array is equal to new array parent semicolon, so on and so forth. So this is how you actually instantiate, create an instance of the music. Guys, I could have straight away gone on and said my sound dot play method 00 to play the music, but instead I created a sound channel variable. What was the need for that? If that is the question in your mind, I'll explain it. Now, what are these two parameters 0 and 0? I'll explain that too. Okay, guys, there was a small interruption. Now I'm back. I think I was saying what do these two parameters 0 and 0 mean? It means that I need to play the sound just once. This 0 is the number of times the sound should loop. The default is 0, and this is the point from which the sound should start playing. 0 implies that you should start playing the sound right from the very beginning. If this was 10 instead, it would mean that yes, play the sound, but from the 10th ms millisecond, from the 10th millisecond. Okay, so the first 0 is the starting point, which is initial play the sound from the very beginning and loop it just once. The default is 0, so that loops it just once. Okay, now why have I created a variable? I can understand I've created a variable my sound which stores the music and then plays the music with the help of the play method. What was the need for me to create this sound channel? Now Flash says you can say my sound dot play parent semicolon to play the music, but you cannot say my sound dot stop parent semicolon to stop the music. If you need to do that, you need to create a sound channel, and then you need to play the sound in the sound channel. Only then can you stop the sound. And that's the way it works. So I created a variable sound channel of the type sound channel is equal to new sound channel. So I'm creating an instance of the sound channel so that I can play my music in it. See, I have an explanation here which says, so now that we can play the sound, how do we stop it? You cannot stop the sound using the sound class. For example, my sound dot stop parent semicolon will not happen, will not work. Another class is used for that, the sound channel class, which has a stop parent method that will let you stop a sound's playback. Very nice. Next, guys, what I've done is I have created, I have attached the an event listener to the sound channel. The event is of the type sound underscore complete, and when the sound gets completed, I need to fire off a function on playback complete 1. And what is inside the playback complete 1 function? I'm resetting the last position to 0, and we'll see why do I do that. that I'm stopping the sound channel, so I'm using the sound channel dot stop parent semicolon. We just discussed why we need the sound channel for. The sound channel is needed to stop the sound, stop playing the sound, and then inside the BTN movie clip we have the BTN pause button. I wish to make it visible, so whenever the sound comes to a stop, I want the play button to the pause button's visibility to be lost, should disappear, and which means the button underneath the play button should appear. And I also want a message traced finished, which means yes, the sound has finished playing, and then I want the boolean is playing to turn to false. I give it a value false because it's not playing anymore. Initially, guys, if you notice, is playing was set to true. Now I'm changing it to false. So every time I stop the sound channel, I want the boolean to turn to false. Now, so that's end of part 1, guys, and let's check part 2. Now part 2 says btn.add event listener. This is the BTN. So I'm attaching an event listener to the BTN of the type click, and once someone clicks on this button, you need to execute the function play sound, and let's see what is inside the function play sound. The first thing that is being checked, there is an if conditional, guys, here. The first thing that is being checked in line number 38 is if the sound is playing or not. This, guys, is another way of saying if is playing is equal to false, or if the sound is not playing. See, this is another way of writing the same thing. I could have written if is playing is equal to false, or I can say exclamation is playing. Both are one and the same things. So if the sound is not playing, then in the sound channel, dear Flash, please play the sound starting from its last position and loop it just once. 0 is the default. Loop it just once. Okay, let's check the value of the last position. Where did I give this value? The last position, if you notice in line number 6, I gave the value 0. So it's going to start from the very beginning. Okay, and also change the value of his playing to true. So the moment you start playing the sound, I want the boolean to turn to true from false. So also I would want that the pause button visibility should be set to true. Alright, else if the sound is playing, obviously if it is not playing, then it got to be playing. Okay, let me explain this once again. So if the sound is playing through the sound channel, is not playing through the sound channel, let me play the sound starting its last position and looping it just once, making the pause button visibility true, and changing the boolean to true as well. Okay, else if see, if it is not playing, then it's supposed to be playing, and if it is playing, make the last position equal to the position of the music playing in the sound channel. So you can do that using the position property of the sound channel. Next, if it is playing, then it needs to stop at the position of the sound channel. Okay, using the stop method. As we discussed, the sound channel class is used to stop. Then I also want the pause button to disappear, which means the play button should appear, which is just underneath it. And here I've traced the last position and my sound dot length. Now my dot length property will output or trace the total length in milliseconds of the music that is playing. Now toFixedZero method is used to delete all the decimal points. If I say toFixed2, that means I want just 2 decimal points. If I say toFixedZero, it means I don't want any decimal points to be traced out. So you see these two values are traced out. The last position, which is captured in line number 48, and the total length of the music are being output, as you can see here. Since I have kept the toFixed at 0, it means that I don't want any I want 0 decimal points. toFixed2 or toFixed3 would mean that I want 3 decimal points. So basically I'm getting a whole number or an integer. Okay, so that is why I use toFixed, and then I'm changing the boolean once again to false. Since I've stopped the sound, I need to change the boolean to false, so that I can start it once again via line number 40. Okay, and inside this function, inside the function play sound, I've created yet another sound underscore complete event. Again, just as I had a playback complete event outside the function, I have another sound underscore complete event inside the function as well. And what this does is, the moment it detects that the sound has stopped playing, it will set the last position to 0. It will stop the sound channel. It will turn the pause button. It will make the pause button disappear. It will trace finished, and again, since the sound has stopped, will turn the boolean is playing to false. Okay, so guys, let me just expand the ActionScript so that you can actually take a note of it. You can pause your screen, guys, and take a note of it, or you can go to my website www.adobe.cs5 /main.html and write an email to me, request the ActionScript, and I'll send it to you. Deliberately, I do not want to put the ActionScript in the description. I want you to toil for it. Let me also show you the script once again. Please pause your screen, take a note of it. I'm going to scroll down slowly, guys. Let me, for your benefit, increase the font size. In fact, that should be good enough. Let me just show it to you once again. Guys, please pause the screen, take a note of the ActionScript. I'm gonna slowly scroll down. Guys, you can get in touch with me on Skype. My ID is mohit.manuja, mohit.manuja, and you can have a voice conversation if you need the script explained. If I have the time, I will explain the script to you. Alright guys, so I hope you've actually taken a note of the ActionScript with the font size increased to 16. Before I actually wind up for the day, let me test the movie once again. There goes. The music starts playing. I paused it, resumes its play once again. I hope you like this tutorial. I think it's a very useful one, and I'll see you around very soon. Guys, please comment, subscribe. I love that. Even if it's negative, I do like to hear comments. You have a good time, guys. Bye bye. Ciao.